Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. DAPs.
I'm Katie.
I'm Annie.
Late into the Civil War, when running out of ammunition, soldiers attempted to put gunpowder under anvils to launch it at the enemy. Didn't work.
I really thought you were going to give us a Disneyland fact today.
Yeah, I thought so too, but you didn't let me finish that one earlier before the show, so I thought I'd throw it in here. Honestly, the reason I didn't is because the only fact I would have given, I feel like, is the same one I give around Disney's birthday every year.
All right, we're listening.
It's the planters weren't done on opening day, so Walt had his horticulturist go out and put the proper Latin names of all the weeds that were growing in the planters. But I feel like I've used that one a lot before. It's really cool.
I don't remember you using it last year.
Oh, okay. And I'm Cameron.
Keep going. You're on a
Use
roll.
the hashtag Geeks Corner to talk about Disneyland, because it's Disneyland's birthday. Disneyland! Hashtag Geeks Corner on Twitter.
It was a warm day at Disneyland. We went to Disneyland today and decided to not watch just one cavalcade, but two. And Annie's visiting us today, so I'm gonna let you kick things off today, Annie. What did you think of? Yeah, I know, no pressure. She's like, what do I do? What do you think of the cavalcade?
I thought it was super fun.
What was your favorite part?
All the characters. Okay, so there were two groups of characters, one in front of the double-decker bus, one in the back of the double-decker bus. They did their little dance thing, and then everybody joined into like this big loop, and they lapped around so that everybody on the curbs on either side could see every single character.
And it really wouldn't have taken much to turn it into a conga line.
It was really cute.
They were so close.
I mean, there were high fives going, there was dancing. I think that was my favorite part.
I don't know if this was intentional or not, but they were just far enough apart and going at a right pace that I could take a picture of literally every one of them as they went by. So it was kind of click, 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 and it was kind of ridiculous.
I did notice something kind of funny about Carl, though. Everybody else was spaced evenly, and Carl
was slower.
A little bit slower.
But
so
he
there was
posed
a big
for me,
gap,
which was great.
Which I thought was perfect because it so fit his little character. I don't know if that was like intentional or whatever, but it worked.
I liked it. It was a lot of fun.
He needs to take his time. It's fine. Careful.
Yeah, you don't want to tire him out or something. I don't know.
He has his little walk.
Otherwise, he'll turn into a motorcycle.
We should have given him the
Too
UCB
tired.
he rides in Disney World.
Yeah!
Okay,
With
that
flags.
could be fun.
Happy birthday flags.
Happy birthday, flags!
Is this how flags go?
Yeah.
Could they have balloons and stuff too? Would that be good? I don't know. Yeah.
Balloons
Did
or
you guys
birthday?
did you
They're
guys
so
watch the
uplifting.
videos at
Yes,
all? Or?
and Frozone was getting it from what I saw.
Frozone had fun in both presentations of the cavalcade, I guess. I don't actually know what they were calling it, but that's okay. Favorite character you saw today, Annie? And you guys saw the videos?
Yes.
So you guys are
no.
next.
Marie? I don't know.
good.
I don't see her that often. I miss her. I miss Marie. I love her little tail and her paws.
She's
she does
so
this a lot.
cute.
And I can't handle it.
And she's ridiculously white.
She's so furry.
Like how do you go around Disneyland and stay that clean?
I think that's
Like-
why she's not there anymore.
That's very possible.
Hands.
All right, Katie. Favorite.
Me, Max Goof.
That'd be two.
No.
That's
his
literally
name.
his name.
Oh, I thought you meant Max and Goofy. You're right.
It's like the Mario Brothers.
Wait, since when do I call him just Goof? Like, you know my favorite member of the Fab Five? Goof.
We're on a first syllable basis.
The E is just too much for me. Goof.
He is silent.
Yeah, the Y? Goof. Yeah, no, Max Goof is his name.
His full name is Maximus Goof.
Okay.
It's not Maximus Goofimus.
Maximus Goofus. That was when he was playing a Grecian character. Maximus Goofimus.
I'm just imagining him now for like the limited time Magic Hercules week,
Yeah.
Oh, that would be
but it's Max Goof
that would be
In a
fun.
toga.
in a toga.
Cameron, who was your favorite?
One, because it's general, the princes. I like seeing
so
the
good.
male counterparts to the princesses.
So which one in particular?
I liked Aladdin. Aladdin was doing really well.
He did do a good job.
Good job, Aladdin.
Or, excuse me, Prince Ali at the time.
Prince
Excuse
Ali.
me.
Fabulous he.
Well, yeah, it's a secret. I don't know what it is. That's
Can't tell
fine.
Jasmine. You can't tell her.
What, that Genie created an entire culture just so that he could be a prince? Genie created an entire country just so Aladdin could be a prince. he willed an entire people into existence.
I actually would like to see that
But
backstory.
he can't make people fall in love.
Can't make him fall in. He can create sentient cultures, though.
But can't make him fall in love.
So how many beings did he create for that then?
A country's worth.
Yeah.
So, but not just a country, the history of said country as
Yeah,
well.
and see, that's one of two options. The other option is he completely changed the historical context of an already existing country so that Aladdin could be prince, because he had to be a real prince, right? One of two
Yes.
options.
Yes.
Genie is a bad character.
I just
Why? Wait, why is that bad?
Because he either created and then expunged a culture from existence, taking away sentience, or basically changed the philosophy and culture of an entire peoples.
not this is a debate show, but ethics.
Why not?
It could be. There's
Okay.
glitter all over this table.
But ethics!
But ethics,
Uh-huh.
it isn't necessarily black and white bad. It depends on what side of the argument you're
Okay,
on.
he's chaotic bad if we're going with character like chaotic evil.
Just saying.
All right. Well, I thought
took
it was
ethics
fun to
class.
see Jane today in the.
Jane is a good choice.
I was trying to think what was the most random character I saw today. And I think she might have been the most.
She's one of the most random.
Well, we just don't see her very often.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that was
The last time
a
she was out
character.
was like Long Lost Friends.
I was
Yeah.
surprised they didn't have
She's
Roger
been out-
Rabbit out today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one would have
Because
been cool.
usually he comes out when there's special occasions.
And
So,
we could've
that's
brought
a
out
good
Scary
question.
Jessica Rabbit.
Which
No.
character would you like to have seen?
Scary Jessica Rabbit.
Okay.
She's a nice lady.
The muses from the Hercules parade.
Oh, wait, but that's more
That's-
than one. That's like an entire
You
group.
pick-
They
Which
are
one?
one entity. The muses are one.
We'll give it to you.
Okay, I'm in a Darkwing mood today, so I'm gonna say Darkwing Duck.
Nice.
And we met a cast member before the first cavalcade, and she really wanted to see Don Carnage.
Ooh.
Yeah, which would be fun. He's gonna be in DuckTales,
Woo.
doing a musical number.
Ooh.
Apparently, Don Carnage and his pirates are all musical in the new DuckTales, which I think could be hilarious.
So Pirates of Penzance. Yeah.
I'm wondering if that
Using
joke is
hammers.
going to be there or not, but it's very possible. Bailey said it's sad that there was no Emil, and she said everyone should know what she's talking about since it's the 8th year anniversary of that video.
poor
That is one of the best. It might still go down as my favorite video we've ever shot.
He's still scarred from it. That's why he didn't.
It's possible he's just. he was at
Literally.
Pixar. He was at the dance party
But
the other
he
night.
won't show his face for the
There's no popcorn
celebration.
cards close enough.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know or haven't been blessed with this, is we had a one
Yeah, there was
time
that 90s
was
movie,
it
Face
character of the character of the week? Is that what we called it? I don't remember. But we literally created a segment because we filmed the birthday celebration like we always do, and we put it up, and we're watching it after we put it up. And I don't remember who it was, but somebody's like, "Hey, what just happened down there?" And we'd already been editing this thing for like 2 hours because technology wasn't like today. And so then we zoomed
Cutting
in. Almost. So then we zoomed in, and it turned out we caught video of Emil tripping on the curb and then face planting into the side of, I think it was a popcorn cart or one of those.
I just love that no one noticed until you were editing the video.
And nobody, like, it wasn't on social media. From what I'm aware of, nobody else caught it on video because everybody was focused on Mickey and Minnie in the center, and he was kind of off to the side. But the best part of it is after he face plants, he stops for like 2 seconds, gets up, shakes his head, and walks in and finishes the show.
Was this for the 60th?
It was 8 years ago.
Those rats know
just
how to
kidding.
rally.
It was absolutely amazing,
Oh
and
my
it might be
gosh.
the best performance I've ever seen at Disneyland. Let's see, what do we got here? I'm fairly certain Maximus Goofimus would almost have to be Goofy in Grecian times, and they would just ignore that he has a son and the fact that Goofy's stealing his son's first name.
Fair.
Yep.
Okay, that's
And
good.
canon accept.
Yes.
Love Walt Disney wanted 4 penguins this morning.
wanted just 63
Steven says, will
penguins.
Don Carnage be putting his first Lieutenant Will in danger again in the upcoming DuckTales episode? I don't know. I'm really curious to see what they're going to do with that. And Bailey wanted to see Darkwing Duck there at the cavalcade today, which is a good choice also, I think. Did everybody get to say what they wanted to see?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, great. We kind of moved forward and all over the place. So, I just
the
thought
video if you'd like to see it.
you have the Emil video.
It's ready.
Can you play it down in the corner so they can watch us watching it? Because this is good. So
Bring it
watch
down into the left.
watch up in the screen, and you can see this in the corner.
Yes.
Character of the day, 2011. So you see off on the right, you see him coming in, and it was at, hey, did something happen? So we're gonna cut in a little bit. Here he comes. Here's the step. Not quite the step. Bam! Recovers and keeps going. Look at that. Look at that. That is amazing. The show must go on, and it did, and it was amazing. I think we actually zoomed in one more time, but that's okay. No, it's fine. Isn't that amazing? Like, I think that's like one of the best. Like, he should get a ton of cheese that's really nice cheese, because that was.
He wouldn't care so much.
He wants garbage.
Emil, what are you eating?
That's
I
true.
don't really know.
Yeah.
It's the best line.
I don't know. It's good.
That is a good line.
Just give him garbage.
So then they sang "Happy Birthday" and they did their little march around thing, and it was cute. I thought it was fun. I liked that they did it in 4 locations through the park this year, because everybody could see it, as opposed to everybody scrambling to get a spot in town square that there's just not enough room, and that's always a problem, I feel like, because it's just too popular. And people actually know Disneyland's Birthday, and that's cool, because I don't know, it didn't used to always be that way. Like, you kind of showed up and there was always this small group of, felt like 500 maybe, that would cram in and watch this ceremony, and you could usually just walk up and see it. You wouldn't be in the front, but you could just watch it, and now it's actually a really big deal. So I think it's cool. Speaking of Disneyland, because it's an entirely Disneyland birthday themed thing, and on birthdays you often share memories about the birthday being. I don't know what to call this. It's really it's really an anniversary. I mean, if we were honest.
They, them pronouns.
First Disneyland memory. Go.
Disneyland memory?
Yes.
Or like favorite?
First.
Oh,
Like,
man.
what's that first image or thing that you can remember? Actually, whoever has one can go, so we don't throw Annie under the bus. Go ahead.
Who was throwing Andy under the bus. Words are real hard.
It's my
Hi,
name.
Andy. I'm Katie.
Howdy. Mine was, it's a very unclear distinction. I was very, very young, and when I came, they had Mickey hats that had like these weird like top halves of Mickey Mouse's face
Oh, yeah.
on them that like extended out with the nose and everything.
You just dated exactly when you came.
Apparently.
Yeah.
And I remember distinctly because I have never wanted anything more in my entire life, because it was just bigger enough than my head that it slipped down over my eyes, and I thought I was really clever and I could wear it like a mask.
People were like Mickey Mouse.
That was the train of thought.
My
Like,
question is, how old were you?
I was young. I don't know
Like
how.
4, you think? Or?
Maybe a little bit older than that. But,
Okay.
I mean, probably an irresponsibly older age to have that thought process, but
That's okay. That's okay. Who else has a memory?
I have a memory.
Okay.
I can't pinpoint if it's my first memory, but it is my first extremely vivid memory of Disneyland, because I was a spoiled brat and I went there all the time as a kid. But here's where everybody is going to be like, I'm old. 50th anniversary, when I was a wee youngin'. I remember watching the fireworks with both my parents, and in the Haunted Mansion sequence when all the fireworks went up, and I was like, this is the coolest thing ever!
I feel like everybody thought that.
Yeah.
That's
well,
cool.
I know, but I was very young when
Oh,
the
okay.
happened.
Yeah, we're
that
old.
was more of the point.
Okay.
totally wicked.
Yeah, and I remember talking about it like for weeks after that with my parents, being like, it was like daylight, because there were so many fireworks that went up around you, and like I thought that was magic.
You know what would have been even more magical is if we had video of you telling your parents that.
Actually.
This is your life.
I was gonna say, my parents like walk in the door, they're like, hello.
But you bring up a really, I think, interesting point in those fireworks is think of every time that happened, you'd hear the entire Disneyland area go, ooh! Yeah. And like, it didn't matter. It could have been going for 5 years, and people still were like, at that moment, there's fireworks behind us.
Yeah.
And on Main Street.
And there's fire, and it was,
Yeah.
yes.
It was a very good fireworks show.
Yes.
Okay, so I think I have earlier memories on Jungle Cruise,
Where's
but
the
then I
phone?
also don't know if it's because there's like photographs of them and like family.
I just
family
made them up.
albums.
That's all.
You like
But
fabricated stories.
I'm
around
gonna
it.
tag team off of what Cameron was saying because I also remember getting one of those hats, except it was the Daisy Duck hat
they had the bit
that
on the front.
had
Yeah.
the eyelashes. The eyelashes.
They're terrifying now.
You guys don't even understand how badly I wanted those eyelashes, and it got
I really
even
wish you
better
guys could have brought them.
because I had a white hoodie. And
invented
so
Disney
I
down there.
remember that I put the white hoodie on, and then I put the hat on, and I remember walking around Disneyland like this with the hat down like that, so that my eyelashes were level with Daisy's eyelashes. I thought I was the coolest ever because I had the Daisy hat.
Bailey had the Daisy hat also. We just found this
I
out.
was devastated after I had kind of like gotten over it, but it was in my closet.
Uh-oh.
And like 10 years later, I pulled it out of the box,
Mm-hmm.
and the eyelashes were squished down to her eyes, and I had to throw it away. Yeah, it was trashed.
That's
they
tragic.
were broken, and
Oh
yeah.
no.
But I feel you, Cameron. I feel.
You know, it's funny. There's the Mickey one.
Yeah.
It's funny though because actually the memory that was coming to my head was not the
Daisy?
Mickey or the Daisy hat, but it was the Goofy hat that I convinced my grandfather to buy also. And
The big droop ears. And,
yeah, the ears and the nose and the teeth that folded down underneath, and so it was my first trip to Disneyland. I was 6 years old, and I can remember convincing Grandpa he should get that. And I'm pretty sure we bought them in. Yeah, those are nice. Those are great. I'm pretty sure we bought those in Tomorrowland at that hat shop underneath the sky buckets.
the
Are we
one
having fun
that's-
there?
I have a Disneyland memory.
Do you have a Disneyland memory? I'll repeat it so we can hear it in the mic.
I was gonna run over here.
Okay, come talking to my mic.
Hi, I'm the producer. I don't know if I'm here. Hello. So my
see
earliest
Happy
memory,
Head.
I'm gonna scream into this. Hello, everyone.
Back up a little bit.
The 40th anniversary.
Oh,
You
that
weren't
was
live
a,
yet,
that was a
probably.
good one.
They did this. They had like
kinda
this
live.
TNT thing in front of the castle where they choose like a kid to like launch it off, and like fireworks and confetti.
Come closer
Oh
to me,
hi.
please.
Would shoot off, and I was one of the kids chosen to do it. I think they did it like every day or a couple times a day for like
It
the summer or
explains a
something.
lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, it was just me.
No. I'm saying it explains the rest of your life.
Fireworks. But anyway, I got to do that, and it was super cool. The end.
That's cool. That brings up an interesting thing too. So we've had the 40th, the 35th. I mean, do you guys remember anything before 35th? I think.
No, I probably
would-
didn't pay attention.
I would-
So 35th, 40, 45, 50, jump kind of to 60.
I was like for the 60th.
Which one of those was your favorite, or some standout moments from each of those?
The 50th.
The 50th?
Yeah.
60th. I'll be different. I wasn't there for the 50th, so
Did you have any concept that the 50th was happening up
no
north?
idea.
Okay.
I lived in a very small rural town where Mickey Mouse was a concept.
Trudging up and downhill both
Both ways,
in
snow.
the snow.
Which
yeah.
is funny because it was also 100 degrees.
Yeah, you know, it happens. So, favorite 50th memory, real quick.
The parade. I loved the 50th.
Were you there
parade.
on May 5th, the first day they.
No.
Oh,
No.
I was trying to throw you.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry. No.
What was your favorite part of it?
The fact that they actually no, I was there
May 5th?
for the 50th. I was because that was when Julie Andrews was there, right? Yes, I was there. Okay, that was pretty cool. I'm gonna change my answer.
Dame Julie Andrews.
Yes.
She's the dame,
So
she was
50th for you?
honorific.
I liked the golden Mickeys everywhere that were
That
like
was fun.
hidden in the
that you
park.
would go find. You know what I hadn't thought of in the longest time, and it just triggered a memory. Is remember they did the picture thing where you could send in your picture,
Yeah.
and then they made the big murals all over the place. And I remember sending. I think we sent in as many as you could, and then like we ended up on the one above Tomorrowland Terrace. So it was like I'm never gonna find myself now. And then I think we were on the Mickey Mouse one. Was there a Mickey Mouse and Walt on Main Street or something? Like where
I just remember
where the
Haunted
walkway is
Mansion.
now. Yeah, that's right too.
Yeah.
But it was really cool. I thought it was a really fun thing. I don't know what they did with those, but they're gone. All right, go with your memory
From the 60th.
From 60th.
from the
Thank you.
60th.
Context.
Yes,
Oh, goodness.
I know what Jason's 60th memory is going to be.
It was
but
so because the 60th is because I was just starting as a cast member just before that. Not too terribly long
So you
before
had a
that.
glittery name tag.
So I had a glitter name tag, and we got to go to the cast member preview for the fireworks and parade, and I was standing front and center, directly in front of the castle for the fireworks show. It was the coolest experience ever.
That is a very
That's a good
good
one.
memory. That is a very, very good memory. Jason's going to remember that we did the 24-hour day, and we almost died.
Ugh.
It was... 24-hour days are brutal. Like, there's no way to, like, do that and be comfortable at the end of that, I don't think.
It's not about being comfortable, it's about winning.
It's about surviving. I actually thought the one before that where they did, I don't remember which one it was, one of the 60th beforehands. I remember it was the one we did the 30-hour live stream of. And I just always remember it's like 3 a.m. and we Johnny could not stream from the park, so I was pulling from the live stream from the parks and just putting it on our channel. And I'll never forget the 2 guys that did the lightsaber battle in the middle of Main Street in Town Square, right in front of the train station, and it kept me occupied for like 15 minutes, and my voice was gone.
Yo,
It was bad. I'm like, hey, we got lightsabers in there, and like seriously, if you go and watch the first, because we had to do it in 8-hour increments because that's how YouTube worked then. And if you look at the first 8-hour increment and hear my voice, and then you go to the last one that's 30 hours later, it's 2 different people.
You guys were delirious by the time you were done.
I was sitting at a desk for 30 hours. It was miserable, and like we didn't have sound on the stream from the Disney parks, so you just had to provide commentary.
You just had to make up conversation.
And there wasn't another person there to riff off of, so you basically just, I don't know, faked it. There's my memory, I
Sounds
guess.
like the inside of my brain.
Hey,
Faking it?
what?
except they all speak German, so it's impossible to translate.
No, nothing to riff off of.
This is the echo chamber in there, huh?
So the last, I'm going to say since the 50th, which is what, 13 years now?
Yeah, now.
Yeah, 13 years.
Math.
There's been a lot of change at the Disneyland Resort. We've got new lands. We've got completely redone lands. We've got new lands coming. But let's look at the last 13 years. What has been the biggest change that you love in the last 13 years at the Disneyland Resort? So through that time, we've seen World of Color. We've seen Little Mermaid has showed up in Disney California Adventure. We've got Pixar Pier. We've got Cars Land, Buena Vista Street. Hollywood Backlots has been redone. We now have all of this Marvel
Basically
stuff. We've
all
got a
of
new
DC.
new Star Tours options. We've got a completely new Rivers of America, completely new walkway behind our Big Thunder Trail. No more Big Thunder Ranch. What else am I missing? We got new shows.
The island was redone that time.
The island's redone. What'd you say? Guardians is now in what is it? Hollywood Backlot still?
Yeah.
The train's left turn.
The trains now
Trains
make left
left
turn. That's a huge deal.
Murder Beaver.
The beaver is going to
Hashtag
win
murder
someday.
beaver.
Yeah, but okay, so those are just a few of the big picture things that have happened. Half of downtown Disney's closed, right? But so since 2005 to today, what has been your favorite addition to the Disneyland Resort?
Cars Land.
Cars Land. Why?
Absolutely.
Keep going.
It
pretty
is
big.
so good, and it is such immersive theming, from Shaboom at sunset to just walking around, and everything looks like Radiator Springs. I've heard a lot of stories of kids going in and they're just like, yeah, like this is the movie. Why wouldn't it be the movie? Like
It's
this
real.
is
Of course
it's
it is.
real. Yeah, like
That was what was awesome about it.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I saw it on the thing and it's here. Like of course. So that is Cars Land is just such an amazing translation from screen to theme park, and it's something that really can't be rivaled in immersive theming.
Until Star Wars Galaxy.
Until
Edge.
Star Wars Galaxy. But Star
But
Wars
that's the next part. We won't get to that
Galaxy's
yet.
Edge isn't anything we've seen before. We've never seen Batu.
True.
And Tyler too.
And Tyler too. Go ahead.
I think the biggest transformation that was positive that I think is the whole Buena Vista Street.
Yeah.
I think it completely brought new life to California Adventure. And I mean, the addition of Cars Land, the addition of now Pixar Pier, it's great, but those were kind of already working for the most part, but Buena Vista Street just breathed new life into
I thought
the
it
park.
brought a story to Disney
Yeah.
California Adventure that
it-
never really connected to Walt Disney before.
Yeah.
And with Buena Vista Street, suddenly they had a narrative that you were becoming a part of when you went to this park, and I thought they nailed it too. Keep going. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Just the atmosphere. It makes you want to sit and relax, and like you would on Main Street.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really go to Main Street. There's no really attractions aside from Lincoln. You go there to experience Main Street. You sit and you have a cup of coffee. You have a snack. Same thing that you do on Buena Vista Street, and it's just a completely new atmosphere. And I think that was one of the best positive changes that the park has made.
Awesome.
I'm gonna go with Twilight Zone over to Guardians, switching that up. Mostly because everyone hated it and then everyone loved it. That like that it was. This is the worst decision ever. Oh right,
Just
you're
kidding.
Disney.
You know what's amazing about that is we still get comments on both sides of that.
Yeah.
That's
Like
accurate.
regularly, people are like, "Oh, I love it. Oh, I hate it." And I'm like, "It's change or die." Like it's gonna happen. It's true. If Disneyland was the Disneyland of 1955, it would not be open today. Like there's no way it would last through all of that. I'm just gonna be. I'm gonna pick some, like you guys really picked ones I would normally pick, but I'm gonna say Star Tours, the new adventures with that, because I feel like it was a first step towards what we're seeing realized in the future of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and I remember that being such a fun press event. They had stormtroopers shooting blasters, and they had Jedi fighting Sith. BB-8 wasn't at that. Oh, I thought you said BB-8.
I said pew pew. I said
Okay.
BB-8 when you first said Star Tours because you said the
Okay.
new Star Tours scenes, and I went BB-8, and then you said shooting off blasters, and I said pew pew.
But it was an amazing realization of what Star Tours could be. Originally, when it was made, you were supposed to get new destinations as the years went by, and that just never happened. And so it was fun to see. Now we've experienced that and felt it, and it's become more interesting and immersive, I think. And it's just the beginning of where we're going to be going next. So here's the hardest question. 13 years back is 2005.
Yeah. That was mine.
Huh?
That was
So in 2030, that's 12 years from now?
We'll be taking our Disneyland in pails.
I'm curious, like, what are your predictions? Like, we're 2030, July 17th. Like, what is that going to even be like? I don't know that we can even guess. Like, I don't have any clue, but any predictions?
virtual
Go ahead.
reality.
2030, third gate has been open for a year or two.
Okay, there you go.
That's
And
a
what
good guess.
what do you think that would be focused on?
I would assume we're gonna get Westcott because it's so popular over there that it would just be the most logical profit.
You don't think it's going to be something built off of Pandora / the world of fantasy animal?
No.
as in more Avatar?
Yeah.
Go back and watch Avatar, friends. It
I'm
works.
not actually saying it from the Avatar standpoint. I'm saying at it of what has it been, a year in 3 months, 4 months, and it's still ridiculously popular at the Walt Disney World Resort.
Yeah, but you could
But I
say
don't
that of
think
anything
it
new.
fits
Yeah,
here. It doesn't fit in California.
It's a third gate. It could be anywhere.
but it could. But if they do Westcott,
I'm not opposed to
Westcott.
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 Even though the whole reason that Westcott didn't happen the first time is because Anaheim was like, no. But
And then Disneyland said, "Wait, hold my profits."
but
I
Westcott.
would personally rather see something along the lines of Disney Sea. There was that project that was supposed to come to Long Beach a few years ago that didn't end up happening, and I would much rather see something like that. As much as I love Epcot, I want Epcot to be Epcot, and I'd like to see something.
Well, I'm not saying Westcott would
Completely.
be anything like
Anyway,
Epcot.
do you have a prediction? So he said third gate, Westcott.
I think the attractions are gonna get a whole lot more high tech. I don't want to say that they'll go more like Universal because I think Universal is getting a lot of flack about how much virtual reality they have, and people don't like going on all the rides in one day because it makes people sick.
Yeah.
But I think that they're gonna start testing out new technology, and it's not gonna be Jungle Cruise or Indiana Jones where there's a ride vehicle. It might be something that's more stationary, but
like
like blows your mind.
the Star Wars thing in downtown Disney.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
I think by 2030, hopefully, we're going to have found ways to either eat crowds or thin crowds out. So either
Cannibalism.
Or control.
Soylent Disney
or
Green.
control.
Yeah.
So something that has high capacity. I do like snacks. We found a way to optimize the Mickey pretzel.
It makes you small.
It's a 30-year.
Just gonna get really excited about the snack conversation.
But I
We
think,
didn't get to Disney food today. Come on. Oh, man.
I think high capacity attractions or whatever that looks like, I feel like by 2030 there will be ways that crowds have been controlled.
So my crazy thought on this is kind of picking up where Annie left off. Is I think we could see something that maybe it's not screens necessarily, but I'm thinking in Star Trek they have the
Holodeck?
holodeck,
Holodeck.
and I have to
That's
wonder.
where all good ideas start.
I have to
Except
wonder.
for evil Lincoln coming to life and attacking people on the ship.
What are you
That wasn't Next Generation though.
Star Trek.
Genghis Khan.
That wasn't Next Generation either.
Moriarty.
Anyway, we
that was
are-
TNG.
Yes,
Moriarty was
Moriarty
TNG,
was.
and he took over the ship, and then they had to trick him to thinking he was out of the simulation.
I just think we could be looking at something with
so sorry.
holograms. Anyway, we're running out of time for tonight, so Cameron, get us going.
Hey, go to thegeekscorner.com. That's thegeekscorner.com. You're going to see a lot more of us screaming about some things.
Check out dapsmagic.com. Check out all the geek and Disney news as it happens, and subscribe to our mailing list.
And while you're at it, subscribe to this YouTube channel. We got a lot of exciting things going on, including Rock for Chalk on August 5th. You will soon be able to go to rockforchalk.org and find out all of those details. We'll have them up soon. And connect with us on social media as well. It's always fun to continue the conversation after the show is
Be
over.
our friend.
Be our friend. We'd love to see you in the parks,
Patreon.
but we have a new Patreon. Do you want to talk about? We're going to hit this next week because we're out.
I was just saying, plug our Patreon.
Yes, plug our Patreon. Go to patreon.com/
He just read the stage directions.
/Daps Magic.
Turn left.
And,
Smile at camera.
it's hot. It's uncomfortable. Anyway, patreon.com/Daps Magic. We will have a new supporter or two to recognize next week. And we'll be more prepared with that. And that's all the time we have for you this week. So we'll see you around the corner.
Bye.